versus Nazar to draw. And away we go here in Winnipeg, where the Jets are 3-3. Chicago 2-1 and 1 on the road. So the second unit begins this power play, and swinging into it is Nyquist. Had an assist, almost scored against Minnesota. He tagged up with this guy to get that goal. It's Niederreiter to Nyquist, straight out front. Score! Namestnikov! What a slick pass by Nyquist, and Namestnikov gives the Jets the lead.
Cool. Entry up through the ice, very little pressure, and you know what? Take what's given. Very passive penalty kill from Chicago, a little backhanded compliment from Niederreiter, and then Nyquist knows exactly.
Bertuzzi, Bedard winds up, rips it right on goal, big rebound, and it's cleared by Kepke.
Bedard had a goal last game on the power play. Actually, this Chicago team went from being the third oldest last year, and they had guys like Perry, Hall, Maroon. Here's breakaway.
And Nazar right in, quick shot, good stop by Hellebuyck. Nazar tried to fool him, but Hellebuyck wouldn't have anything to do with it.
They can get up the ice in an awful hurry, and one of them is most certainly Frank Nazar. How about that headman pass? Beautiful outlet pass to Nazar, who spins and continues his route. How about this save from Hellebuyck? One-on-one showdown, and
Nazar led the USA at the World Championships in scoring in the spring. They won the gold. That shot stopped. Bertuzzi was there, but it scooped up and cleared. Namestnikov to score. Bedard slams the glass after he turned it over. Parker Ford has it. Net drive. Kepke Ford shot, and stopped and squeezed by Knight. Missed it. Morgan Bear didn't. He set it up for Morrissey. Shot through a crowd. Rebound. And Knight made a couple of pretty good saves right there. He had bodies to deal with. South Bend, Indiana.
See the way that the Jets again just forced Chicago to dump the puck, and there's nowhere to go with it, and they're taking the speed out of the game.
Scheifele looking good here. Has skipped away from him though, and right onto the tape of Bertuzzi. Once again, backhand pass shoveled down.
And this is Will.
And Teravainen gets a gift. What a bounce for Teuvo. Teravainen. You're not going to miss that. We're tied at 1.
The neutral zone with speed. This is just a fortuitous bounce. Sometimes you get lucky, and that's what this is. It's a dump in that Hellebuyck is anticipating. We've seen this a couple times in Montreal, to be specific, from the same corner against Hellebuyck a few years back. Off with the stanchion, a weird hop, and Teravainen will not get an easier one than that.
He was almost sheepish after that goal, Teravainen. Now Green, who's from St. John's, Newfoundland, to Levchinov. Got that in the center. Chicago's changing. DeMello fell. Green alone to the backhand. Great save, Hellebuyck. Another bad break for the Jets. Hellebuyck has lost his stick, but he kept it a tie game.
Stand up. There's nowhere to go. You can play well and still.
Game 498 of his NHL career. Now Teravainen will slip it back to the line. Levchinov lobs that through it, cut to the net, stopped by Hellebuyck. Vilardi flicked it back. Vilardi at 92 career goals after scoring his second on Tuesday. Scheifele an opening. Vilardi to the net. Mark Scheifele. Vilardi scores! Perfectly executed, and Vilardi makes it 2-1 Winnipeg.
Lean right from the defensive zone, a headman pass. Look at Connor, the way he drifts and takes his man to the wall with him, while he just touches this into a lane for Mark Scheifele to skate into. You get a 2-on-1 with those two barreling down on you. They're not going to miss very often. Spencer Knight has to honor the chance of a shot.
Barron couldn't do anything with it. Nazar will hop to it. DeMello is back. Frank Nazar for the Hawks. Guts leaves it. Bedard shot stopped by Hellebuyck. A big one with 20 seconds left in the period.
Stopped everyone that he faced, except for he wasn't in the net for the goal against. But how about this save? That is such a timely save.
A little extra ice time perhaps for certain Jets, and some juggling for Scott Arniel and his coaching staff as the second period has begun. And he'll get it again. Down the board, swept that. Good play to knock it away by Scheifele, and it's cleared out by Connor. Dickinson back there, and he gave it away. Watch out for this guy. Connor weaves his way in. Connor, Scheifele fires, scores! And that dynamic duo does it again. It's 3-1 Winnipeg.
It's in 10 of these 11 games so far in this season for Mark Scheifele. Whether you try to figure out, is he a playmaker or a finisher? And that's what makes this line so dangerous. Kyle Connor, a water bug as he's just prancing around everybody, draws all the attention to him, a lot like he did on that first goal to Vilardi. He buys some time and space for Mark Scheifele. All eyes on Connor, and Scheifele lets this one rip.
Protects, as he often does so well. Zips it back. Morrissey to DeMello. There's a shot by Vilardi. He scores! Another one.
Mark Scheifele on this one. I watched him this morning practicing that very thing. Escaping on the wall, up and down, cutbacks. That settles things down, and now he moves the puck. He's not going to get an assist on this play, but he most certainly starts this one. A nice pass from Morrissey down to DeMello, who's activated into the offensive zone.
And he moves it ahead to Scheifele. Niederreiter is out there too. Scheifele protects. Vilardi finds it to Dylan DeMello at the front. It's Niederreiter. He's the screening, and it's at the goal line. And it's kept out.
Beautiful shot from the flank. Look at the traffic. That's an outstanding job from Nino, and off the post, off the back, and Spencer Knight.
You can tell the work pays off for him. So we'll see if the Hawks can bring some life early, down 3 as the third period has begun. Anytime a goalie's picked in the first round, it's going to come with high expectations. As Taves jabs at it, Piel put his arms in the air.
He's been around the culture of Florida, so he kind of brings that winning mentality to Chicago. And it's
first period shots were 7-7. Since then, Jets out shooting the Blackhawks 19-9. Cross ice speed, and that's off the post. Great chance for Chicago's Green that time. Get within 2, and that'll rattle off a leg, and Connor is waiting for it. Scheifele's up ahead, of course. Connor knows that. Here comes Mark Scheifele off the rush. Shot blew it away by Knight.
Speed not only for offense but for defense, and just look at the way he curls back, has eyes, and then he lays that powdery little pass perfectly on the stick of Mark Scheifele.
Twists it behind the net, gets back into his spot. Taves will move it back to Dylan DeMello. Josh Morrissey shots. No, is it in? He scores! It took a second or two, but it trickles in. Morrissey's got his first, and it's 5-1.
This play as well, I love that word. And there's Taves right there. He comes in, takes a hit to keep the puck moving, so it gets from low to high because of Taves. A D-to-D pass, and this one finds a way in the net. This one dives. Oh boy, does Iafallo get a piece of that one? It may have dove right there. No, clear in off of the...
Only Teravainen beat him, but there's a puck that went off the stanchion in the first period, and Hellebuck came out to play it. Nobody had a chance to stop that. Murphy fires right on. They score. Vlasic, the defenseman, point blank, and it's 5-2.
Hard play from Chicago. They finally find a way to get the puck stopped, and they win a battle off the wall. Shot, rebound, and look at the way it kicks off of Morrissey's foot to the back door, and Vlasic is there uncontested. That's another one. Gaping net, and that's a tough one you can't pin on.
Bedard, now he gets it. Connor Bedard, the North Vancouverite, on the return feed, head up, threw it toward the front of the net. They score. What a finish on that play in front of the net. Burakovsky, and this is getting a little closer.
To be his third of the season, and some life late here in the third period for Chicago, getting the puck to the net, and that is fancy. Wow, what a great job. Bedard's certainly going to get an assist on this one. He didn't on the last, but Burakovsky catches this on his forehand, pulls it between his legs. Man, he may have shot that between his legs and Stanley's. Let's get another look. He did. Oh my goodness.
But not now. Knight gets back in. Scheifele, Connor, still with it in the backhand. Connor roofs it. He scores! Magic from Connor. And it
gives some credit to Mark Scheifele, who does a lot of heavy lifting to get this puck into the hands of the Jets and Kyle Connor. This is absolutely precise. Unbelievable patience. Vilardi goes to the net. He's the decoy on the back door. Look at him down on one knee, and Connor says, I got this, buddy.
But in the end, Winnipeg's winning ways against the Hawks continue. They take this one 6-3. It's all over at Canada Life Center.